Hello, and welcome to a short yoga practice for hormonal health. I'm really glad that you're here. This practice today will feature twists and some squats. Now, before we even start, I'm going to show you an alternative to squats. So one of the squats will be done in a yin style, meaning we will be there for 90 to 120 seconds. It's a short practice, so we're going to do a short yin squat. Now, sitting like this isn't very yin. It actually takes a ton of effort, right? So if for whatever reason you're not comfortable with this, when we do the yin squat, you're going to come over to a wall or even a chair or the back of a couch. You're going to roll onto your back and then bend your knees as far as they're happy bending today, right? That's this. Beautiful. You can even use your hands to sort of help your legs relax in this position. And we'll be there for about, like I said, 90 to 120 seconds, surrendering to gravity. You may find that over the course, maybe there's another 5 degrees of bend possible. Maybe not, that's okay. And so this is a yin wall squat, and it has a lot of the same benefits for the area of the pelvic floor, the tiny muscles around the femoral head, and even the glutes and the low back muscles. It also helps your knees feel safe bending as far as they're able to bend, as far as it's safe for them to bend. We're never going to intentionally take them past what we know is a safe bending range. All right. So for this practice, have one block, one strap, and one blanket. There's always that one last thing, isn't there? We're going to begin with 2 sun salutations. I want you to try to find 50% of your effort. I know that doesn't sound hard. It takes a lot more discernment than you might at first think. We are going to be fully engaging, but with no strain. So try to find that place where you're engaging every muscle in every posture. You're breathing so that you feel it all the way to the edges of whatever you're feeling today. And you're feeling it all the way back to center as you exhale. Do it with me. Inhale. Feel how far out the ripples of your lungs expansion can be sensed. Exhale. And feel how that exerts sort of a gentle moon-like pull from perhaps even your hips, your shoulders, perhaps your fingers and your toes. Inhale and spread your arms. Exhale and bring your hands to the center of your chest. Inhale, spread your arms in cactus. Exhale, right in front of your eyes. Inhale, arms to a Y. Exhale above your head. If it feels good, inhale and reach straight up. Now, these are the 4 arm positions that you might take when I say upward facing hands. It could be any of those, whatever feels right in your body today. Inhale, expand. Exhale, fold at the hip hinge. So our low back isn't curling. Our hip hinge is hinging. And then We're just going to let the shoulders and head soften and relax. Imagine you have a big portal on the top of your head. You're going to turn it left, anti-clockwise. Flutter your lips as you exhale. This is Ashvini Pranayam, or horse breath. It's a way of triggering the vagus nerve, as are forward folds. Imagine everything that's not right here, right now on your mat falling away. And this time we're going to roll up. So we can roll up or hinge up from a forward fold. To roll, bring your forearms to your shins. Feel your weight drop into your heels. And on an exhale, lift the pelvic floor, draw the forward hip points together. And then imagine you're stacking your spine from the inside, from the gut side of your spine, behind the abdominal organs that I call the sausage. Stack your spine from the inside, and then let your head stack. Inhale and gather the light, and exhale, draw it down and into your heart. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, half forward fold, anchoring through your root. Feel your core connecting your root to your heart, and exhale, full forward fold. This time we're going to hinge up. For the hinge, before you even come up with your torso in contact with your thighs, already brace the core. Lift elevator drawstring, zipper. And by zipper, I mean the gut side of the spine. And then we're going to use the mighty, mighty glutes to push the hips forward. Inhale. Hinge up. And exhale. Draw the light down and onto the earth. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale. Fold in. Inhale, half. Exhale, right leg back. Lower the knee. Feel free to use your blanket under that knee. Wave up. Inhale, upward facing hands, Anjayanasana. Press into the top of that back foot. On an inhale, draw your hips back, open the arms, and exhale, revolve. So we're going to be twisting a few times. Anytime you twist, you want to use your inhale to create space inside of the torso. And then on the exhale, find the first sensation of stretch in the twist. Inhale, create space again, and exhale. Find the next stretch sensation. If it feels good, you can take this down to an elbow. Inhale, expand, and exhale, find your revolution. Inhale, look down, plant down, and exhale. Step back. You're going to set your hands at least as wide as the mat. With your middle fingers turned out a little bit. Press your elbows in. Untuck your tailbone. And then lower your chest to the space between your thumbs. You'll end up in what some people call inchworm, chest, chin, and knees. Inhale, pull your heart forward. And then exhale, lift your hands, flying cobra. 3 breaths here. Press into the tops of the feet. On an exhale, press the hands forward and down. Shift back for this first one. Take a few breaths in child's pose. You can stay here the whole time. Wave your hips a little bit side to side. If you'd like, pressing into the ring of your palms. Turn the toes under, lift the knees. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel to the sky. If it feels good, bend the knee and stack the hips. Exhale, right foot leads, left foot follows, forward fold. We're going to step a little bit wide if you haven't yet. Turn your toes a little bit out. On an inhale, lower, half squat or full squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Continue with the rhythm of your breath. Squat Kriya. The next time you're in your down position, inhale, arms forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push into your heels. Inhale, rise up. Feet together, palms turn out. Cross at the wrists. Exhale, arc to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side B. Reverse the cross. Inhale, center, and exhale. Meet yourself at the top of your mat. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, left foot back, knee down, wave up. Inhale, Anjayanasana, angel's pose. Be sure to press into the top of the back foot. On an inhale, reach your arms out. Exhale, find your revolution. Inhale, create space. Exhale, move into the space. Inhale, look down. Exhale, plant and lower. Inhale, any cobra. Exhale, any combo of child's pose to downward facing dog. Bend your knees quite a lot. Lift the pelvic floor to lift your sitting bones way up and back to where the wall and ceiling meet behind you. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. If it feels good, bend the knee and stack the hips. Exhale, left foot forward, right foot follows, full forward fold. Inhale, sit back, reach forward, and hinge up. Exhale, draw the light down and onto the earth. Step a little bit wide, empty coat arms. Allow your hands to flop onto your body wherever they naturally land. Don't try to control. You are giving yourself a mini acupressure treatment. Beautiful. Now, since this is a short class, we're going to move on from sun salutations. And I'm going to ask you to step wide. You can face the long edge of your mat. You have one. Turn your toes out to the side. Inhale, star pose. Reach out in every direction. Exhale, hinge back from the knees and bend the elbows. What do I mean by hinge back? I mean that the knees stay over the ankles and the bum goes back. It's different than the knees coming forward for a squat. Continue to breathe. Inhale, feel your expansion. And exhale, find center. Inhale, straighten arms and legs for star pose. And then exhale, turn your feet to the right. Let your arms come all the way down. Shake any residual tension out of the shoulders. On an inhale, allow your arms to float up as if you were filling a bathtub of water that was lifting the arms to shoulder height. The gaze is over the first two fingers of the right hand. Inhale, straighten the forward leg, and then we're not going to tilt the spine. The spine stays in integrity with its bowl, the pelvis, and we tilt the pelvis. Maybe it goes this far. Open your arms, one up, one down. Press into your feet. Reach through the hands and feel the core actually creating the stability in your center. Untuck the tailbone. See if perhaps your pelvis wants to tilt any further to the right. You can, of course, use a block. Just make sure that you don't fall into the block. You're still maintaining your core connection. On an exhale, bend the forward knee. Inhale, lift the right hand up and overhead. Keep pressing into the outside of the back foot. What are you triumphant in today? I know there's something because you're here. You're doing yoga. You're breathing. Inhale, back through warrior two. Straighten the legs, come to center. Exhale, turn your feet to the other side. Arms float, reach, feet press. Find 50%. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. You'll know you're in a triangle pose when you feel your spine in integrity and you feel some sort of stretch across the back of that front leg. Could also be on the inside. Gaze could be at the big toe or at the top thumb. Now, inhale, look down if you're not already. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, lift the top hand up and down. Whole new pose on the different side. Allow this breath to be a triumph. Exhale through warrior two. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we're going to bend both knees. Make C's of your hands. And then let the heels of your hands press into your thighs right above your knees. For a moment, you can just experiment with letting your pelvis hang from your shoulder girdle. It's one of those rare times when it's okay for your shoulders to be up around your ears a little bit. Take a breath. Now on an exhale, we're going to apply true core, AKA the bandhas. Lift elevator, draw a string, zip up the gut side of the spine and you'll come out of your turtle shell. Now exhale, press one knee away and look over the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side B. Continue with the rhythm of your breath. Anytime you're crossing midline, that requires sensory and motor information to be processed on a different side of the brain than usual. This activates some of the parts of the brain that modulate whether we're in fight or flight stress response or more toward that, or more toward the creativity system, the rest system. Now, when you feel like you've done both sides equally, come back to center. Inhale, goddess pose. Inhale, star pose, straightening arms and legs, and then step or hop back to center. Now, grab a block and a strap if you use it to connect your arms behind your head. Sitting on your block, this is really important because you want your pelvis to be able to turn forward. So viewed from the side, it is the difference between this, more of a flat back, and my tail is a little tucked here, and it has the effect of my shoulders kind of want to just sink in. When you bring the sacrum to that 30-degree forward tilt that is its neutral, then you have a slight low back arch. Your low belly can relax more. And your shoulders now want to fall down instead of rolling forward. We're going to start with a strap in the right hand. Lift up. Now you're going to take your bottom hand, take the bottom of the strap, and start walking your hands together. You want to create some tension in the strap and walk the hands as close as they're comfortable being right now. If you'd like, you can hinge forward. If you're hinged, inhale, hinge up, open, and take a few breaths. Switch hands. Inhale, reach up, and then find your connection. If it feels good, try reversing the cross of your legs. Exhale. If you'd like, hinge forward. Inhale, hinge up, unwind. Move your neck around, feel your sitting bones. Now, yin squat pose. So, if low squat feels pretty good to you, take your blanket and roll it up about half. Turn your toes under as you sort of back up so your heels are over the blanket, and then come to your squat. Now, this isn't a necessity, and I'm going to bring my timer in. But it does make staying in a squat longer than 5 to 10 breaths more practical. You can let your head rest in your hands. You could keep your gaze forward or even just surrender. Remember the option I demonstrated before we started. Once you're set up, take a few horse breaths. And start softening, surrendering to gravity. Are your glutes doing anything that you could ask them to stop doing? Here, we're not finding 50%. Here, we're in a yin posture. So the goal here is to invite our body, our breath, and our attention to let go as much as possible. Imagine your muscles letting go of the bones to the extent that you can stay in the pose. Feel your breath waving through the tissues all the way out to the edge of your experience and back. Last 2 breaths here. Inhale, bring your hands down. Walk your hands forward. If you're in the legs up and you wish to stay there for Savasana, then please just adjust yourself however you would like. Now, we are going to roll onto our backs. And feet on the ground, arms out to the side. Exhale, lower the knees to one side. We're going to do 3 different twists. So as long as it feels okay in your body, join me with the feet on the ground twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, nose away from knee. Again, this is a subtle neurologic signal. Your nose is going one direction, your knees are going the other. Breathe. Exhale, back to center. Bring your knees all the way to your chest for a moment and then above the hips. Exhale over to one side. And you'll notice you've moved the twist a little up the spine, nose away from knees. Now we're at the end of practice, so I'm going to invite you to lift one knee and then the other knee rather than bringing them both up. Exhale over to side B. On an exhale, press your navel back. So we're pushing with the belly. We're not pulling with the back. Hug your knees all the way in now. And then keep them as close as you can to your chest. Exhale over to one side and breathe. Feel how your rib cage is so much more like fingers than it is like an actual cage. Feel your breath spiraling through. Inhale. Exhale back to center. And then inhale over to the other side. Feel the spiral. Brand new. Each side is its own pose. Exhale back to center. Take any final motions that would feel good for you. It could be happy baby. Perhaps it's rocking head to tail. Whatever feels good in your body today. And then Join our other yogis who are still in legs up the wall and surrender all effort of breathing. Stay in your Savasana. I'm holding space. So I will rise. We will be here for 3 minutes. About 10% of practice time. Release any effort in the jaw, the cheeks, the earlobes, the throat and tongue. You might almost start to feel as if your breath is breathing you. Having surrendered all the effort of breathing. Let your muscles know that their practice, your practice, was good. Let your whole body know. Organs, nervous system, brain, heart, physical heart, emotional heart. It's okay to let go. And as you feel your muscles letting go of the bone, start to feel your inner experience floating in the wetlands of your body. And finally, soften your eyes and your ears, your tongue, even your skin and your nose. And knowing that for these few moments, there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's no one to be. Surrender all effort of being and rest. Listen for the sound of your own heart beating. Feel your breath in your nostrils all the way back into your sinuses. Try to feel all of your skin at once. Smile with the back of your mouth, lifting the soft palate. And circle your eyes behind your eyelids. Having awakened the senses, start to move. Fingers and toes. You might squish your face around. As you're ready, roll to one side and take at least 3 breaths in a fetal position. Breathe so that you feel it in your back. 60% of your lung volume is behind the mid-armpit line. Breathe into this often underused space. Just reminding yourself that you have your back and the backs of those you love, simply by being and by taking care of yourself. When you're ready, spiral up and find a comfortable seat. Feel the parts of your body that touch the ground and feel your rib cage ride the breath. And if you'd like, join me for Om. Om. Happy Yoga Day. I'm glad you're here. Until next time, we will do a fully yin and a fully restorative practice and a little stronger energetic hatha this week. I'll see you on the mat.